financial services will be more impacted or more quickly impacted than other sectors, but this is going to be economy-wide and society-wide. The chart which Kristalina showed on the speed with which new technologies have acquired 100 million users, was quite instructive. So for ChatGPT, it's got 100 million users within 2 months, right? We always knew, it started off with sci-fi, and then it became very serious thinking, and then now it's becoming reality. We always knew that machines, what we call large language models in particular now, and the large language model-powered chatbots, are going to take on more human characteristics. And we were always wondering whether you reach that point of singularity, where the machine becomes equivalent or smarter to the human brain. There's no intrinsic reason why it can't happen. I don't think this is going to happen suddenly, where you wake up one day and you find you have singularity, but I think it's going to happen progressively. And I think it will happen for certain human tasks much faster than previous technologies have done. There was a recent study that found that, quite a good study actually, in the US, that found that 80% of jobs will be affected by 10%. In other words, within the 80% of jobs, about 10% of the work and the tasks can be quite easily replaced by LLMs, and in general by AI. And AI, you have to remember, is really part of a continuum of the digital revolution. So that's not very alarming, but for a quarter of the jobs, 1 out of every 4 people, it'll be about 50% of their tasks that are quite easily replaceable. And that again seems to me to be not fundamentally alarming. It may not mean that they lose their jobs, but their jobs are going to change in a fundamental way. If I had to guess, I would say it's going to be faster than previous technologies in replacing human tasks and enabling humans at the same time. There will be not dramatic change within 3 or 4 years, but I think in 10 to 15 years, this technological revolution is going to have a more profound effect on workforce and society than any previous technological revolution. But that's one part of it. And I think the basic attitude we have to take is, how do we use technology to have humans flourish? That's what technologies have always enabled. It's the key driver for human flourishing. But the very important issue is to think through the distributional consequences and try to address those distributional consequences. The earlier waves of technology, automation, factory automation, logistics automation, and the like, essentially replaced what we call repetitive jobs, routine and repetitive work. What's interesting about LLMs and AI is that it takes over cognitive tasks. It takes over tasks that are done by people with better education and in fact better incomes. That's a welcome change if you like. It's finally reached home to the segment of the population that does the thinking and the pontificating, that technological disruption is disruptive. It's disruptive. And it's becoming very real. One of the reasons, I can't help thinking, one of the reasons why almost every day you read an article about AI and its disruptive effects is because the people writing are part of the cognitive class. But there may be something equalizing in that. Because the third point I make, the first point I'm making is that, look, this is a form of uplifting human potential. That's what this technology does. The second point is that it's got distributional consequences, and it's going to have very different distributional consequences. But there's a third point that I think is, to my mind, positive, which is that it might upend the traditional hierarchy of jobs. What you regard as a better job and a better paid a job that deserves better pay might shift considerably in the years to come. The way we value IQ over EQ might change, because there's a whole range of jobs that we think require IQ that can be taken over quite quickly, and that can be done, in fact, I would say, more efficiently and better using LLMs and using AI. And we'll then have to think hard about the jobs we really value. The EQ, the jobs that require teamwork, the jobs that require collective imagination, the care jobs. And we'll have to value them accordingly.